Welcome. Thanks for joining us. Doing a nice interview here with my friend Dave Rotman at TD Bank. My name is Fergan Fernandez, and I'm a Director of Financial Services Sales at NewRocket Canada. I look after the Canadian financial market. And with me, I'm joined by David Rotman.
My name's Dave Rotman. Thanks for having me, Ferg. I work for TD Bank. I'm the ServiceNow platform owner at the bank. I've been with them about 18 years now. And excited to be here at my 8th knowledge and a chance to speak with you.
Man, with 8 knowledges, that's quite the history. That just goes to show the investment you have with ServiceNow. Maybe perhaps tell our audience the background behind your transformation journey with ServiceNow.
Absolutely. We've actually been a ServiceNow customer for quite some time, going back as far as 2015, 2016. Our journey really started like a lot of ServiceNow customers. We were CMDB specific, ITSM processes, and really we've grown that over time. One of our biggest transformations really over the past few years really came from the colleague space, where we really spent a lot of effort on system access provisioning, hardware, software replacement, all the things you need to do your job as an employee of the bank. It was a wildly disparate process. It was kind of the Wild West. I think at one point there was 11 or 12 legacy systems. And over the past 5-7 years, we've decommissioned those, put those all on ServiceNow, implemented a ton of automation and integration, really to make life easier to get what you need to go do your real job. And that's a big part of what we've spent our time on in the platform.
Oh, that's huge. That's great success to you, and that's a testimony to the great work you've done at TD Bank. Now, prior to that, what was some of the decisions as to why you picked ServiceNow as your technology going forward?
You know, the original decisions were almost pre my time in the platform, but really we were looking for CMDB asset management was the primary goal. And ServiceNow really had a leading edge product in that space, even at the time. And that's continued to mature and advance. But we've, made decisions. We've activated many other products since then, whether it's vulnerability management and SecOps, we're using it in security incident response, HRSD, workplace service delivery. Really, the product continues to advance at such an accelerated rate that it winds up meeting our needs by the time we're ready to implement the product. So we've become more wide and deep in the platform than I think any of us would have thought we would have 10 years ago.
That's amazing, right? From the journey, from where the decision was made to go with the technology, and now to where you are now and expanding it, and obviously there's this evolution of AI. The future looks bright with TD Bank on ServiceNow. The other question I have is, in terms of partnerships, I know we've worked together for a long time, but I've got to ask you the question, what gravitated to you to work with NewRocket?
It's pretty easy. Believe it or not, one, we were looking to do this type of change at a very fast pace. Frankly, I'm kind of sick of incremental change, right? We need to get this done. Right. That's what a transformation is. And although it's nice to take it baby steps, we really needed to move this quickly in order to realize the value that we were trying to achieve. So really it was about getting access to talent who had done this before, that had enough resources to help us move at velocity. NewRocket fit that bill. ServiceNow is an incredibly broad product now. Mm-hmm. It's very hard to find somebody who has specialization in each of the areas. And since we're using so many, having access to a partner who has folks who might have SecOps experience or HRSD experience or even ITSM, ITOM experience, you need bench depth in those spaces. It's hard to do it on your own. Mm-hmm. I'd say the second is, from a NewRocket perspective, was the vibe. And I know that's kind of a funky thing to say, but we were looking for a partner who saw where we were going. They knew how to help us get there, but was bold enough to challenge us when we were trying to make some decisions that would come back to bite us later, right? So we talk about things like technical debt. We talk about big C customization, little c customization. But you got to have the right partnership where there's some things we need changed for our institution. Mm-hmm. It's not, no one's 100% out of the box, no matter what they say. And that's been a good relationship with NewRocket, where they'll let us know what I call it our regret meter would be if we did something, and really talk about that and make sound decisions so we're a bit more future-proofed in moving forward.
The greatest culprit of the partnership is trusting us to help you with your strategic initiatives on ServiceNow, and that's a big deal. So I totally believe that not only the partnership from a technical competency perspective, but the team chemistry is there. And I know, so that with that vibe you're talking about, I feel it too, and I think that's a good thing.
Absolutely.
Last question I've got is, could you share a couple of key success metrics that has helped you in doing the things you need to do at TD Bank with ServiceNow?
Some of these will seem oversimplified, but the one metric I really like to tell on our transformation journey is getting the software you needed to do your job. So, we're a large enterprise, we're in 31 jurisdictions, and there's a lot of different software products we use. And before we used ServiceNow, it actually took an average of 14 days to get software installed on your computer that you needed. 14 days, 2 weeks. By the way, that was 5 years ago. This isn't, 1980. This is not too distant past. But now we receive about 35,000 software requests a month that are seconds. The longest period of time might be waiting for an approval from a manager for the cost. So that one strikes me out because that is immediate. I need this to do my job. It's within role. I request that I get it. I'm golden. Those are little things that are table stakes to a real employee. They don't know that it used to take 14 weeks. They expect it now because at home, they get it now, right? And then I also think of the system access transformation. We do about 130,000 requests a month for close to 4,000 distributed applications. It's pretty high volume. Almost half of those, so about 55,000 a month, are completely automated. So if you put that in the perspective of just time, fulfillment, it's just absolutely massive. Where our fulfillment time on getting you the access you needed to do your job was 11 days, and now it's less than 2. Really astronomical, something that we're really proud of that we did.
Those are incredible statistics, man, and I really appreciate you sharing that with us. Well, as far as the interview goes, well, thank you so much for the time, David. Really appreciate you meeting with me, and thank you all for listening in, and hope you have a good rest of the day.